You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris joining us in studio. Dan, how you doing over there?
Doing pretty darn well. I get excited this time of year. I know you're a big sports guy, John.
Oh, yeah. I'm huge.
Dan says with a chuckle.
Football, what is this time?
Boys, the summer, man, spring training's going on, you know.
That's the one. That's the thing.
Lots of things happening.
Big fan of the spring training sport.
This is how far we've come. It was this very day in 1927. This made world news.
Oh.
Babe Ruth becomes the highest paid player in Major League Baseball history, signing a 3-year, $70,000 per season contract.
Don't tell me which team. Let me guess. Was it the Yankees?
It's always the Yankees. Yeah.
But he was in the Red Sox before, right?
So a 3. Oh,
see?
Well, you get off me, man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, because you've seen movies.
I know some stuff.
So it's basically a $210,000 contract for 3 years. Big do-re-mi back then. Here's where the Yankees are at these days.
How much are they
going into this season? The average Yankees player.
Yeah.
3-year contract, which is kind of typical to this day. $21.5 million per season.
Holy cow!
And they still can't afford to park.
For a
very
sport.
Expensive.
That's insane to me.
Well, it's generally kind of a short career, though.
Yeah, because it's like, how long would you say? 10 years would be a long career, wouldn't it?
Well, it depends on what position you play. It depends on how good you are and how long you can play injury-free. I mean, you know, all athletes get pretty beat up.
Yeah, it's like they're working hard out there.
Your career can end in one pitch.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's all there is to it. You never know.
That's what happened to me. That's why I'm no longer pitching in the majors.
And a big birthday shout-out and how this guy never, ever won an award, a Golden Globe, or he was never even nominated for an Oscar. It's beyond me. Of course, you know him, you love him, Gunnar Hansen.
Really? So what would I know him and love him from?
You got to be kidding me.
No. Is he a pitcher?
Hello, 1974, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
What, are you kidding? Nobody's even come close to that performance.
That was pretty good. That was one of a kind.
I'd yell happy birthday, Gunnar, but he passed away 5 years ago.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Well, are you sure, or are you making this stuff up? I have no idea anymore. All right. Well, Dan, thanks for coming
Everything I just said is absolutely legit.
It is?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
When was the last time you got a new credit card? If you have a card that's been in your purse or wallet for a long time, you should check and see if you're getting the best rates. You may find a better credit card that will give you the points you want or cashback options you don't get right now. At bettercreditcards.com, you see all the major credit card companies and their best offers. Let them compete to earn your business. And if the one you have right now is better, keep it. Find a card that's a better fit for you at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Hey, here's a little second here. What the old Ranger Dan whistle? Where's some of that
Got a little
grit
on you and some on Heidi.
Really, time to probably get a windshield put in that PT Cruiser of mine. Holy cow. All right, apparently, again, this is just the gift that keeps on giving. I thought we put this whole situation to bed as of yesterday. Well, apparently not. Still getting some inquiries about that whole homing pigeon ordeal.
Yeah, this has turned into quite the conundrum.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. There's still some people clamoring with maybe, hey, that cost me $29.95 and the pigeon ran away. Well, the pigeon didn't run away. It flew back to St. Joe's, and that's really the problem, isn't it? Now, admittedly, perhaps we didn't think that whole thing through, so I got together last night with some of my associates, who in general are horribly overworked and underpaid and certainly underappreciated. When it came to light that there's a whole different breed of pigeon right here in Sioux Falls, and apparently if we would have thought this whole thing through, we're just going to share this information with you. Normally we wouldn't, but hopefully this will sedate the warring hordes carrying their little torches and pitchforks trying to come at my cabin out in the woods there. I don't need that anymore. Now, again, the reason those cathedral pigeons flew back to the cathedral, well, that is their home, and they are homing pigeons, so no big surprise there. Well, if you've noticed, especially when you're driving down, under a bridge on, say, 229, there's pigeons living under those bridges.
Okay.
Oh, are those homing pigeons?
Technically, according to bird scientists, those are homeless pigeons.
Oh.
And as fate would have it, those pigeons are free. Gosh darn it, you can have as many of those pigeons as you like. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Ranger Dan, that sounds pretty dang good, but how the heck do I catch one of those pigeons? They're way up in the air. Well, your standard bridge height, your clearance area is about, anywhere from 16 to 17 to 18 feet.
Okay.
So Ranger Dan Enterprises is pretty pleased to announce the release of the scoping pigeon net.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty simple, really. It looks like your standard issue fishing net, but you click a little button and that son of a gun will scope out up to 30 feet. That's 3 stories tall.
Holy cow.
Hit a button, va-voom. You got your pigeon, hit the button again and retry it. I'll tell you what, this sucker looks like some Inspector Gadget be proud to have in his britches. It's available right now for just $99.95. $99.95? That's not even $100 on Amazon Prime and Northview Bait and Tackle. Well, that's it for today. You know the drill, little radio ranger. You stay in school, go to church, say your prayers, eat your vegetables, don't be playing soccer, don't let me catch you wearing Crocs, and Ranger Dan out. Yes, sir.
Again, Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
If you struggle to drink without drinking too much, there is help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. Mr. Dan Farris back in the studio here. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty darn well,
Fabulous.
Trying not to make any trouble, any commotion.
You're doing good so far. So what kind of cool stuff are we going to learn about here?
It's fascinating, and I'd like your take on this. Dateline Pier.
Oh, you'll get it.
Oh, yeah. Legislators, this close, are right in the midst of supporting students' right to pray in public schools in the great state of South Dakota.
I think that is a common sense thing.
House Concurrent Resolution number 6012 is about reminding students about that right, their right to do that, regardless of whether they choose to pray or not.
Yeah.
This, according to Representative Tony Randolph out of Rapid City. Now, according to Tony, quote, one of the primary reasons the Pilgrims came to this nation was to flee religious persecution. So this nation has been set up from the very beginning, and we've strayed from it in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we've perverted what they said. Separation of church and state got turned into, well, you can't pray in a public place.
Yeah.
No, that's not. It's just you can't force me to. That's all.
Right.
The House passed that resolution in a 66-4 vote.
Nice.
Last month. The Senate State Affairs Committee passed it in a 5-2 vote on Monday of this week. It'll now head to the Senate floor for a vote.
That's lovely.
But I don't, and I'm old enough, growing up through the hippie revolution and all that, and I went to high school in the early 70s, actually.
Yeah.
And I can remember I was in a rock and roll band, because who the heck wasn't? And our drummer, Kevin, was a Christian kid, and at school at Armstrong High School, there's a group of kids, including Kevin, that they'd pray at lunchtime and stuff like that, and we referred to them back then as the Jesus freaks.
Right.
But nobody ever made any. I mean, there wasn't any controversy about it. There weren't any administrators going, "You can't do that." There was. It wasn't. It was not a thing. Literally, not a thing.
Yeah.
And now apparently it's become a thing, and that's why stuff like this is getting looked at, I guess. So.
Well, and I don't understand why it was ever not okay to pray in school.
Wonderful.
Well, I think when this generally rears its head is during, say, primarily football season. Like high school coaches will be called out and given a leave of absence and stuff because they'll huddle the players around for a prayer on the field, and then somebody in the stands doesn't like it, and then which is just bizarre.
Again,
Man, to
the
each their
difference
own.
is if they're making somebody take part in something, that's a whole different thing than if they're just saying, "Hey, if you have the opportunity to," it's when they take that opportunity away that I have an issue. So I don't know.
Well, if you recall, it wasn't that long ago that the "In God We Trust" made national news last year when South Dakota passed a law requiring all South Dakota public schools to post
I think
that
that's
motto
beautiful.
in a prominent location.
Yeah. I have no problem with that either.
And that came down from Governor Kristi Noem.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care where you stand politically. She's saucy. And we really haven't heard anything since on
I thought
that
that
deal,
was going to
so.
turn into a big issue, and it, thank
I did
goodness
too.
it hasn't.
It made
become a
national
big
news, and there was a lot of rumblings, and then it just kind of went away. So
Yep.
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, very cool. Coming up here in a moment, we're going to be chatting with somebody about the event that's happening in Sioux Falls tomorrow, believe it or not, Sioux Falls Business Expo. I'm going to be there. Dan, you're going to be there too, right?
Me? Yeah, and I'm giving stuff away before I get out of here this morning.
Yeah, let's
too.
do that. Let's do that right now. Let's give that away.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Yeah,
Right now?
We'll have you come
serious?
back.
Oh my gosh.
We'll still let you come back.
Well, I'm just all a tingle here.
Southeastern Hair Design, right?
Yeah, I've got in my grubby little mitt here a $20 gift card.
We'll wipe it off before we say
redeemable for whatever at Southeastern Hair Design in Day Spa, where they invite you to stop in and relax, renew, refresh. 69th and Cliff, just a little bit east of that intersection.
Yeah.
And Barry Bailey,
Nice.
come on down.
All right. Very nice.
You good-looking son of a gun.
Dan's going to reach out and make sure he gets that. Otherwise, I think Dan's just hoarding these things. He's going, you notice he's looking so great lately? That's what's going on.
Looking pretty dapper.
I'm due for a sugar ring.
Coming up in a moment, we're going to be visiting with a young lady who will be at the Sioux Falls Business Expo tomorrow. All of the details, if you want to find out right now, at SiouxFallsBusinessExpo.com.
Do you have a lucky shirt? FunkyMonkeyShirts.com has several lucky shirts to wear next month for St. Patrick's Day. Or if it's a really lucky shirt, you can wear it every day. Green shirts, 4-leaf clovers, Irish sayings, and more. Don't wait. If you order your lucky shirt right now, it can be here in time to wear for St. Patrick's Day. Find t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour on this Wednesday. Tomorrow, we've got the Sioux Falls Convention Center filled up with a ton of business owners with a thing called the Sioux Falls Business Expo. Also going to hear from some awesome speakers tomorrow. One of those speakers is Carla White. She's joining us now. How you doing, Carla?
I am doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Well, we're excited to chat with you here. Now, the Sioux Falls Business Expo is tomorrow, and it's a pretty long event from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and I keep explaining to people, you don't have to be there the whole time. You can go to the website. You can kind of see the things you want to see. Do you know what time your portion of the program is tomorrow?
Yeah, I start at 1:30.
So definitely want to be there at 1:40 tomorrow, right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And what is it that you'll be doing at the Sioux Falls Business Expo tomorrow? You said it's like a round table?
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a roundtable talking about money mindset. So just your whole relationship with money, how you deal with it, how you think about it, how you feel about it. We're going to get into the psychology about money and what it takes to shift through that so you can make money as an entrepreneur.
Very nice. Now, leading up to our interview, I had a chance to click on and listen to a couple of your podcasts, Radical Shift with Carla White. And first of all, good job on those. That's really cool. If people would like to listen to your podcast, where can they find it? RadicalShiftPodcast.com. Very, very nice. And I'll throw a link to that on our Facebook page as well. And then tomorrow, the program, how long will you be on? It starts at 1:40, but how long does that go?
I think my roundtable is pretty quick. I think it's only about 15, 20 minutes,
Nice.
but I am doing 2 of them.
Oh, very, very nice. And the thing that's really nice about the Sioux Falls Business Expo, it is free to attend. It's at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. You can pre-register right now, and then you'll be entered for prizes and cool stuff as well. You can do all of that at SiouxFallsBusinessExpo.com. Carla, let's talk a little bit about what you do on a regular basis. When you're not coming to an event like this to speak, what is it that you do?
Yeah, so I am a business and a life coach, and I lean towards the technical side, so I also have an app agency. We make iPhone apps.
Oh, wow. And apps, so if I have an idea for an app and I say, hey, I want to do this, but I don't know how to make any of this work, I come to you and you say, I can make it work?
Yes, absolutely. So we dive deep into your idea, see how we can make it profitable, how we can create more opportunities from that app. So you're not just making money from the app on the App Store, other areas as well. And also, we just design a whole business around it.
Well, that is fantastic. I'm looking forward to meeting you tomorrow at the event, the Sioux Falls Business Expo. We're going to be there as well. Have you been to this in the past?
Yes, it is a great opportunity to meet other people in the area.
It's a ton of fun. It's coming up tomorrow from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. I've got all of the information about Carla and a link to her podcast and her website, and also all the information about the Sioux Falls Business Expo on our Facebook page, facebook.com/sunnyradio, also at facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
Student loan debt is out of control for many people. Are you one of them? The average graduate walks away with anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000 in student loans. Believe it or not, 2% even manage to owe over $100,000 by the time they graduate. If you have several different student loans, let us consolidate them into one loan and one payment at singlestudentloan.com. If you have only one student loan, we may be able to offer you a better rate to help you get that loan paid off sooner at singlestudentloan.com. That's singlestudentloan.com.
And it's time right now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Let's hear it. Celebrities are fabulous. And you never know who's going to rise to the top and who's going to fall and what's going to go on in between. And it just gets crazy, crazy, crazy. How this woman has been on the air this long is beyond me, but holy cow, what a story. Judge Judy is hitting the bricks after next season.
Isn't that crazy?
Really?
A 25-year run for that show.
Wow.
Good job, Judge Judy.
That's impressive.
Next season will be her 25th year, and for various reasons not mentioned here, the network that she's been on forever and ever is kind of calling it quits. But here's some more of the stats. Now, everybody knows who Judge Judy is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
She has also been rumored over the years to be the highest paid talent in television history.
Wow.
Really? Good for her.
Yep. And she actually made that announcement on the Ellen DeGeneres show earlier this week. She's been on CBS, like I say, for 25 years. And
she made the announcement that she was the highest paid judge?
No. She made the announcement that after next season, she's out of here.
Just a reminder, Ellen, I am the highest paid.
I thought that's what you were saying, too.
You got a cushy contract.
But she's not leaving.
No.
She's 77 years old.
Yeah.
She's been making bank for 25 years with this gig.
She's got more to do, though.
She's starting a new. She's not
Judy's
saying
Justice.
on what network
really?
or anything else. Judy's Justice
I think it's going to be really cool.
will be
Here's
happening.
the thing that's really
But
fascinating.
if I'm 77 and a cajillionaire, nobody's seeing me, hearing from me, nothing.
Right. I'm going to rest.
Well, here's the thing I think is interesting. Lauren Lake is also a judge. I've got an interview with her next week or 2 weeks from now. But Lauren Lake is also, she's got paternity court. She's also going to be wrapping up paternity court. So I wonder if there's like an end to the TV judgeness.
Maybe.
Maybe the judge program is probably not the right word to say it. But if that's just kind of like, if the ratings are down, I don't know. But she's got a different show.
At the end of the day, I'll always be a Wapner girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
With his bailiff, Rusty Burrell.
That's right.
His trusty bailiff, Rusty.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Rusty.
He's good.
He never won an award, which I thought was just criminal.
He should have won.
All right, here's the skinny. When I say Judge Judy's pretty high-paid talent.
Oh, you got the deets, huh?
Per season.
Yeah.
And I want to say I don't think any show is every single week is a new show. It's usually you get installments of either 13 shows or 26.
Yeah. Right.
And then they rerun.
Oh, yeah.
She's making $47 million a season.
Holy cow.
A season.
That's about what Heidi makes for the John and Heidi
$47 million
Show.
Holy cow.
for throwing a gavel and being kind of a snide little thing.
She's awesome, though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She's so good at what she does.
Well, there's a reason she's been doing it for 25 years.
So gotta just zing this out there. Since we're speaking about judges, have you seen this Caught in Rhode Island? You know who I'm talking about, Dan? That judge, the gentleman.
You know I don't. How many times do we have these conversations?
This is a movie. He's on Facebook. He's just a really cool.
Then I honestly don't see it.
No, he is caught in
so
Providence.
sweet.
He is the coolest. I have tried for 2 years now. I'm trying to get him as a guest on our show.
He's so sweet. He really is. He's a neat guy. You would love him.
He's a Facebook judge?
No, he's a real judge.
He's a real judge.
Oh.
People
But they do a show.
record him in the courtroom because he's just
No,
so
it's a TV show.
kind.
There's a show. There's an
Oh, is
actual
it a
show,
show?
Caught in Providence. Yeah. You thought that was all just people recording?
I thought it was just
no.
stuff getting put online.
No.
I don't know. I've never watched the show.
I'm in a Facebook
I don't know
group
why
for
you're
him.
laughing at me.
I'm in a Facebook group that's literally just like a fan club. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
He should be replacing Judge Judy. I'm going to throw that out there. Dan, thanks for stopping by, man.
I have no idea what just happened here.
You look awfully confused. I apologize for hijacking your entertainment news.
Baffled. Wow, okay.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.